Ow. Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar. Got a couple of packages in the mail. Can you guess what's in them? All right, so I'm actually gonna build everything that's in this box. And so I'm going to show you what's in these two packages, and this will be like how many sets I got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 sets in this box. Of course, that means they're probably small, and they definitely are vintage. So let's open these packages. One's from Bricks on the Dollar, and one's from Clodsmads. And yeah, so we'll start with the Bricks on the Dollar package, which came very quickly. All right, Bricks on the Dollar. This is, you know what, I have lost Stanley, I've lost Lamar, I've lost the yellow cutters. I lost the yellow cutters coincidentally in Pennsylvania, where this package I think came from. Is he still in Pennsylvania? Bricks on the Dollar. Bricks on the Dollar is one of the ones that, watching his early videos, helped me to get a lot better at not opening packages, but at organizing my Bricklink store. And now he's got one of the largest Bricklink stores in the world. So I went there because, unbelievably, he got some tipper trucks. Believe it or not, it's hard for me sometimes to find big stores that have the tipper truck pieces. So that's what got me there. I always search by quantity on these. And basically, anybody's got more than 3, I'm going to be looking and see if I can find something in their store. So I got that. And got these, even though they're a little bit more than what I would normally want to pay. But I was trying to put stuff in my cart. But then he had this. And I'm hoping it's the right thing. He said it was a 12-volt motor. And it is. All right. You see that right there? That number is a 4. So I've got to get with them. This is not a 12-volt motor. It is a 4V4. 4 is not equal to 12. All right, Clutch. I'll be emailing you. So, common mistake. Not mad. Just missed my own rule of always asking. But Clutch is a more knowledgeable person, so it might have been one of his handlers did this, but I mean, look, it's clearly red and it's a 4. And if you look at the picture on Bricklink, it's yellow and it's a 12. And there's a huge difference in price. This is not worth anything. Put that back in the. Was this in this bag? I can't remember. I think it was in this bag. Yeah, very common at 4-volt. 12-volt was never sold in the U.S. All right, so let's go to this one from Clodsmad. Oh, look at that. What do you know? A tipper truck. Oh no, another tipper truck. Look. A Fabuland. That's a kitchen. That's a Fabuland Bear. 4x10 plates. Lisa Lamb and her carriage. Oh, look, tippers. We got 651, which is a vintage set. Oh, look, another tipper truck. All right, so let's build these. So I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in myself for not checking on that 12-volt motor. I should have known. It's like the Chick-fil-A game. Like, will they spell my name right? You know, when they tell them what my name is. Wait, this had a 4x10 plate in it. So it's one of the rare sets that has a 4x10 plate. But the 12-volt motor, so far, 100%, not a small percentage, are like, you know, dang, that piece will not go on there. I think it's cellulose acetate piece here. Well, yeah, it doesn't want to stick. There we go. Whew. So, what was I saying? Oh, there has never, ever, and I've attempted to buy a lot of 12-volt motors on Bricklink from U.S. sellers. None of them. There has never been one that has had it. They've always been the 4-volt motor. One day that will change. It's such a common mistake to make because you don't know to look for that little 12. Even though it's in the picture, it's got a yellow piece and it's not red, but it's one of those things, well, maybe sometimes people don't know that there is a variant that looks similar. I think Bricklink should put like a warning on there, like, are you sure? Are you sure it's the 4-volt or the 12-volt? But they don't. I mean, they do have variants listed on different things, but it's not like a warning. Like, you know, you're about to list something that's expensive, and there's a very common one that looks just like it. But this is my lesson for me, is that even if I trust and respect and know it's a great seller, Clutch is a great seller, there's nothing wrong with Clutch in his store. It's one of the best in the country, and it's great. It provides great service, and I know he'll make good on this. But it's just like nobody can get it right in the U.S. Nobody. There's never been anybody to get it right. And I normally what I do is I email before I place the order. I'll email them and ask them, hey, do you have it? Can you look and tell me? I tell them usually it's the wrong piece. I say, just look and tell me at the top, is it yellow or red? Is there a 12 or a 4? And they almost always, oh, it's got a yellow 12. I'm like, okay, that's not the right one. That is the, look at that. That's like a small version of a vintage set. Except I think the colors are a little bit different. But that's tow truck and car, 651 from the 70s. See if that other set's on here. There was another one. These are all, yeah, these are mostly the small builds there. The mini wheel builds from the 70s. So we got this set here, which is Lisa Lamb and her umbrella. I don't know which way this umbrella is supposed to go. I'm going to put it like that. Awesome. That's, whoops. We'll just put you in the cart since you don't want to stand up. Those Flapuland, I should call them Flapuland. Yeah, Flapuland. The figures, they lose their clutch power on their legs. They get kind of loose. It's very common to see that. This is the kitchen. Catherine Cat's kitchen. I gotta go look up the instructions. So there is the kitchen, set $37.95. I think that's Catherine the Cat. I think that is. She's got her ladle. She's got a red pan. She's got this big pot. She's got the genie bottle. She's got, that's a nice little blue tea kettle thing. She's got 3 blue cups and a kitchen with 2 eyes. She's got 2 eyes and they're both the same size. So this one is a bear. This is the bear truck. This lamb here was Bianca. And I should mention that the seller did mention that Bianca had floppy legs. So that was disclosed in the listing. So now we're going to build this bear car. Set 329. What's his name? His name is Bernard. Whoops. Bernard Bear. So he's got this handyman's truck, I guess. He's got a table and a chair, or a lounge chair, I guess, that he's carrying around. So maybe he's taking it to Cat's house. But that is the 3 Fabuland sets. That just leaves these sets, which need no instructions, but they have them. We have 3 more tipper trucks. So I was building one of these and it came with 2 headlight bricks, which is a nice little problem to have. I gotta go get another 1x4. Wonder where I got any of those. So that gave us 3 more tipper trucks right there. So I got these, what, 9, wait a minute, I can't add 10 here plus the other headlights. So I'm going to try to build some more. So this is our tipper truck building station. I usually get one of these things with box tops or bottoms from various Lego games, Lego Champion, Lego Creationary. Yeah, I got a lot of those when they were super cheap. But usually it's the tippers and the windshields are usually the things holding me up. All the other parts, I've been stockpiling the 4x10 plates. In fact, I didn't even bring those over from the haul we just got. So I would need 10 4x10 plates. So there's 5, 10. And then of course the red bricks. And then you got red plates. I usually don't count them all. Just grab a bunch, enough to start building. And I need a few more headlights. And of course oh, you know what? The dually wheels may hold me up on this. Those are, oh, I lost the wheel. Those are the single wheels. Oh, I got some dualies. Oh no, I don't. I got just a few, so see how many we can build. And the yellow bricks too. Alright. I'm almost done with the last from building them from parts, which is cheaper. This is the cheaper method. Buy them as a set like I did there. It's usually more expensive. I usually look for less than $10, preferably 5 or less, because I can piece them together for less than $5. But sometimes it's easier just to get the whole completed set. But yeah, plus you end up having to pay shipping, so that's why I usually look for quantity or other items in the store that I can buy, even if it's not tipper truck related. So I need to put all these pieces up. Got a few windshields left, about 5 windshields. I got about 10 dually wheels left, so I can only build about 5 more tipper trucks until I get a replenishment of some of the parts. But that's 10 that I just built, plus I got the 3 that I left over there on the table. I'm gonna go get those. I know a lot of you may be like, when are you ever going to do anything or show them all? It's like, I will. In fact, that might be, I mentioned I need to do a viral video. That may be the viral video. So I saw Shy-Time posted a video with his Black Falcons army. Perhaps we should do a battle one day, because he has almost as many Black Falcons as I do tipper trucks. I told him, I commented on his video where his guys got weapons. I mean, I can run their guys over, but we don't have weapons. We just got trucks. We don't even have drivers, though. That could be a problem. But that is another box that has 13. Each of these boxes hold 36. Wait, I got to do the math. So I got 32 boxes like that have 36 trucks in them. They're all they're in these containers. I'll show them one day. I promise I'm actually going to show them all together. So with the 32 times 36 plus this 13 adds up to 1,165 just in these boxes. So that's another haul. Yay. Some vintage sets. I got to make sure I go mark these things off my wanted list. Some of these actually may already be duplicates. No, of course the tipper truck. Yeah, like I said, I got other tipper trucks up here on the shelf. So I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. So I got all together, counting the unassembled ones, it's at least 1,170. But some of these I won't ever open. There's at least 3 that'll stay sealed. But that is my my video. Just as a follow-up on this 4-volt motor that I received, I think this is a lesson for everybody, both buyers and sellers, that first of all, if you're a buyer and you buy something from somebody and it's the wrong item, it's not a reason to get mad. These are, and this is such I can't talk, got braces. It's such a niche thing that not many people are going to even recognize this. And when you're going through a catalog and you're cataloging items, this is such an easy mistake to make. But this isn't the only example on Bricklink. There's so many, and it's more so with vintage parts, but also Bricklink inventories themselves, or they're not people, but a Bricklink inventory can be wrong because the people that submit them. Now, the modern ones have been pretty good, especially since Lego took over. Usually they're right, but Lego doesn't care about mold types, so sometimes newer versions of inventories will have the newer mold types, and some people are particular about those things, but those are usually minor differences in cost. This is more of a big difference in cost. But I'm sure I don't know, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are a lot of examples of two parts that look the same, but the price difference is huge because one is more rare. So again, as a buyer, don't get mad, just contact the seller. It's an easy mistake to make, and give people the benefit of the doubt. Nobody's out there, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but people don't have, this is their livelihood. This is Bricks on the Dollars. This is his livelihood, is this Bricklink store. It's a very good seller, and it's just an honest mistake. No ill intent in that, no maliciousness intended. So don't get offended if somebody gets it wrong. Especially in this example, it's like, I should have asked. So, and I get that with orders. Am I on the microphone on? I get that with orders. Sometimes people will have like special requests. They want pictures of the item, or they'll ask a question about it. I don't get offended. I just like, okay, they're just verifying that what they're buying is actually what they're buying. And there have been times when they asked me to check and actually had the wrong item. So I was like, thank you for checking. So yeah, I think it was with a minifigure one time that they wanted me to verify that it was the right one, and it was something very close that I had wrong. Another time I shipped something to somebody, and it's one of the minifigures where it had different parts, and I left out one of the parts when I was putting all the parts in the bag. Another honest mistake that people can make. So as a buyer, be patient with your sellers if you have a mistake. As a seller, it's a lesson for us, because I sell too, especially when counterparts matter. Verify that it's the correct version. But I don't think it needs to be so nitpicky, like with clips and other parts that even sometimes jumper plates that have a lot of different molds. It's like most of the time it's not going to matter. There are a few builds like what was the one, Eiffel Tower, where it did matter what type of jumper plate you have, because it wouldn't work with other types. Or maybe that was the 1x1x5 brick. It mattered. It had to have a recessed stud. If it didn't have the recessed stud, it wouldn't work. So there are certain builds where the mold does matter. Some of the clips, it does matter, but it's not such, those parts are usually the same price. They're usually not a huge price difference in the different molds. But other items that are similar, sometimes it could be a minifigure torso. It looks like another torso, but it's not. And there could be one that was only in one set. And that's the case with like Market Street. Some of those torsos in there look similar to other torsos that aren't the same exact printing. And so it's so hard. And it's like, even when you're meticulously going through things and trying to get it right, you're not going to get it right every time. So we try. So yeah, as a seller, we try to get it right. Sometimes you don't. As a buyer, sometimes the buyer's not even aware, and a lot of times the buyer won't even care. Like if somebody's wanting to buy a motor, they may not care what it is. In fact, this would actually work with 12 volt power, but it's not 12 volt. So the 12 volt is rare. It was in sets that were only available in Europe. It was never sold in the US. So the 12 volt game is undefeated. It's undefeated. I have, over the last 10 or 15 years, I've messaged many sellers that have listed this in their stores in the US, and it has always ended up being the 4 volt motor. And the ones that I have purchased from Europe, I did verify before, because you're dealing with overseas shipping there, and I did verify and got the actual 12-volt motors. And some of mine that I have that I converted. Now, here's the thing: you can convert this. The plastics are all the same. The only thing that's different in this between, and this, it's weird because it's got a totally different part number. The 4-volt version has a totally different part number than the 12-volt version. It's not like this is 550 A or B, and but the 12-volt, I mean the 4-volt, I mean no, the 12-volt is 550 A or 550 B. The 4-volt is like BB006 or something totally different, but it's actually identical except for the motor. That's the only difference. There may be some, and again, talking about variations, there may be slight variations that I don't even notice in these, but well, I talked a lot about that. I'm just trying to let you know it's not a big deal, and it'll get worked out. Yeah, did you subscribe yet? I'm supposed to ask people to subscribe, but if you want to be a member, please feel free to join. There's no arm twisting to get people to do that, but thank you, all you members. The BBI level, you get early access to videos, you get to use the emojis. The AFOOL, you get members-only videos, and the Tsar level, yes, you will get members-only live stream. I promise. I'm going to do it. I'll be sure to message y'all and try to find a good time for that. But thank you to all these wonderful members that get fancy graphics like this. And I'm going to go. See ya.